The world's oldest man has died at the age of 111. Alexander Imich passed away Sunday at his home in New York City, according to his niece, Karen Bogan of Providence. She says the retired chemist and parapsychologist attributed his longevity to good genetics, proper nutrition, exercise, and the fact that he and his late wife didn't have any children. Bogan said she visited Imich Saturday with her sister and several of his close friends.
A scientist who has lived for an impressive 105 years. His story is like a shining light that shows us how to live a long and happy life. We'll travel through his past in Poland, explore his secrets to longevity, and learn the secrets he's willing to share. So, let's start our journey into the world of Dr. Imich and discover how he's managed to live such a long and exciting life. You would think that by the age of 105, Dr. Alexander Imich, a renowned parapsychologist, would be tired of people asking him about his secrets of longevity. But this thin, vibrant former scientist who still lives alone continues to do research and writing, keeps up with friends through email and socializing, and walks briskly and unassisted through New York City streets, seems eager to share what he's learned over his unusually long lifetime. Since early childhood, Dr. Imich has followed many practices now known to prolong human life: exercise, caloric restriction, healthy diet, supplementation, meditation, and pursuing multiple interests. Today, he looks and behaves like a much younger man, making it easy to believe he will continue to lead an active life for many years to come. In an exclusive interview with Life Extension magazine, Dr. Imich reveals details about his life and how he has faithfully developed and continued the practices that have led to his remarkable longevity. Born into a Jewish family in Poland, Dr. Imich was raised by a father who had hoped to become a doctor, but was pressured to go into the family business instead. With his great interest in health, Dr. Imich's father taught his young son to pursue daily exercise, sports, and cold water ablutions, practices that Dr. Imich has continued throughout his life. "I was an active sportsman," says Dr. Imich, and participated in soccer, boxing, running, jiu-jitsu, javelin, discus, skiing, sailing, and swimming. I even took 4th place in one of the polished swimming finals. With his love of nature and animals, he decided to enter the field of zoology, obtaining his PhD in 1929, but only after switching his major from zoology to chemistry. When World War II intervened, Dr. Imich, then married, traveled on foot and by horse and buggy to Bialystok in Poland, which at that time was occupied by the Russians. "They welcomed me saying, 'A chemist and a PhD. We need such people,'" he recalls, and he soon began organizing a small manufacturing unit to produce cosmetics. But trouble came when he refused an offer to become a Russian citizen. "Not long after my refusal," he explains, 3 NKVD officers, secret police, knocked on my door at night and ordered us, my wife had joined me by then, to take all our possessions and go with them. The couple ended up on a train full of Polish citizens, which, after a 3-day journey, deposited them in a labor camp in the far north of Russia, where they were informed, 'Here you will work and here you will die, because you are enemies of our government.' He and his wife endured 3 years of temperatures as low as -50 at sea, small portions of often inedible food, and constant physical toil. Liberated after the war, Dr. Imich and his wife returned to Poland to discover that almost all of his extended family had been wiped out by the Nazis. They lived in Samarkand, Russia, and France. But as Dr. Imich says, "I was convinced that Russians would take the rest of Europe." So they immigrated to the United States in 1952. Starting off in Connecticut and then moving on to other areas, Dr. Imich made a career for himself in chemistry, working in research labs and large industrial companies. His wife had many different occupations, ending up as a successful psychotherapist in New York City. After she passed away in 1986, he moved into her small office and has lived there ever since. Due to bad financial decisions, he lost his life savings and has been forced to live frugally for the past few years. However, this has not diminished his positive outlook on life or the pursuit of his multiple interests. "I have taken many different nutritional supplements over the years," says Dr. Imich, and today the list is very long. It includes vitamins A, C, D, E, B1, B2, B6, and B12, minerals, calcium, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, and chromium, and supplements: inositol, ginger, phosphatidylcholine, bromelain, milk thistle seed extract, grapeseed extract, flaxseed lignin, ellagic acid, bilberry extract, olive leaf extract, apple polyphenol, bromelain, lutein, panthenine, lycopene, sulforaphane, resveratrol, zeaxanthin, sunflower seeds, coenzyme Q10, garlic, mangosteen, pomegranate, noni complex, ashwagandha, hyaluronic acid, glucosamine, and chondroitin sulfate, seaweed vegetable complex, and turmeric extract. Here are some health tips from Dr. Imich practices low-caloric intake on a daily basis and firmly believes it is one of the keys to a long life. Always careful about what he eats, Dr. Imich has been eating a healthy diet for a very long time, as well as avoiding those foods that he feels contribute to disease and early death. By taking a large number of carefully selected nutritional supplements on a regular basis, Dr. Imich has strong reasons to believe that he is on the right path to maximizing his lifespan. After a lifetime of participation in sports and regular exercise, including hatha yoga, Dr. Imich can see the benefits in his ability to walk briskly and unaided, and his overall good health. Dr. Imich and his wife Wella went through many difficult experiences together. He believes that their mutual support and powerful bond have contributed to his long life. Linked to longevity, these routines for Dr. Imich include daily cold water baths, regular bedtime and waking up time, meditation, exercise, and study. From childhood, Dr. Imich has been fascinated by unexplained phenomena, and his lifelong goal, still unrealized and still on his mind, has been to convince the scientific community to take parapsychology seriously. Dr. Imich continues to keep up with the literature and may further modify his intake as he sees fit. His good friend, Dr. Donald Morse, says that Dr. Imich practices undernutrition, basically eating small portions of healthy foods, fruits and vegetables, fish, white meat, chicken, and practically no sweets. He describes a meal they shared, in which Dr. Imich consumed only a small portion of his food and had the rest wrapped up to take home, saying that it would last for at least 2 meals. According to the latest findings, Dr. Imich remarks, mice on reduced calories live up to 30% longer. When I am with friends, I stop eating while they still continue. Consuming less food might be a significant factor in my longevity. What does he eat? Dr. Imich says his diet consists of whole grain bread, fruit, except grapes, vegetables, seeds, nuts, legumes, soy products including tofu, fowl without the skin, fish, and a minimum of 6 glasses of alkalized water daily. He does not eat any red meat, cheese, eggs, white flour baked goods, potatoes, sugar, or fried foods, nor drink cow's milk, coffee, or alcoholic beverages, except red wine. He also does not drink tap water or smoke. He adds that he smoked a pipe and cigarettes as a younger man, but stopped over 50 years ago. No matter how religiously you follow the recipe for longevity, there is still the influence of your genetic factors. As you may have guessed, Dr. Imich has had some positive and possibly significant help in this area. My parents perished in a German concentration camp when they were in their 70s, he explains. My grandfathers on both sides died in their 90s. My older brother also died in his 90s. It is evident that I have longevity genes, he concludes. In addition to his diet, supplement, and exercise routines, Dr. Imich also follows certain lifestyle choices that may well contribute to his long, healthy life. I've always been concerned with proper life regimens for maintaining good health, he says. Consequently, I always go to bed at 11 p.m. and start the day at 7 a.m. My bed has a firm mattress, which is placed on a wooden board. When I get up, I bathe, then meditate for 10 minutes, do physical exercises for 10 minutes, and then eat breakfast. His first meal of the day usually consists of oats with lecithin, whole grain bread with hummus or tofu salad, followed by vitamins and nutritional supplements. As for his exercise practices, Dr. Imich remembers that when he was 16, he wanted to become a yogi and live in a Himalayan cave. By the time he was 24, he had begun corresponding with several yogas and started doing hatha yoga exercises with a group of friends. I have a great hunger for knowledge, he adds, and has pursued his specialized interests, including paranormal phenomena and astronomy. Dr. Imich has a small telescope in his home and avidly follows developments in this field, some of which he terms sensational, on a regular basis throughout his life. In his personality and outlook on life, one could call Dr. Imich a futurist, since he is always thinking ahead, wondering what will become of us humans and the world we live in. I have seen many changes during my life, he notes, from kerosene to electric lights, from the first automobile in my city, the first airplane landing on a meadow outside the city, the first radio station in continental Europe, the omniscient computer and man walking on the moon. He predicts that in the future, we will have methods to avert war, achieve universal education, and travel without the need for outside vehicles. His mind is obviously quite active, and he is relentless in following his curiosity about almost everything.